Besides online training programs, it's also important to think about technology leadership, especially during these times when many schools and institutions are rethinking about their learning and school models and how they can integrate technology to enhance the learning experience. We have Bentley D. Rosas today, who's the Director of the Office of Online Education from the University of Perpetual Help System Delta. He will be sharing on the significance of technology leadership and technology integration. Along with his presentation, if you have any questions for him, you may proceed to post them under the live discussion questions tab. Without further ado, I'm handing the time over to Bentley.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to EduTech Philippines Virtual 2020. I'm really happy that I was given again an opportunity by the Asia's largest education conference and exhibition, EduTech Asia, through EduTech Philippines, to share knowledge to the international community. This is already my third time to speak for the EduTech Philippines, but this is my first in using the new normal in providing seminar called webinar. And with this platform, EduTech Philippines Virtual 2020, we would be able to provide great educational technology information around the globe. Okay, so let's go now on my topic. Okay, let me share my presentation. Okay, this is my presentation. Okay, my topic of my presentation is about the significance of technology leadership in technology integration in education. So, well, as you can see, the two main important things in my presentation is technology leadership and technology integration. But before that, I would like to give you a quote for the two most famous tech entrepreneurs of our time. Okay, so the first picture is, maybe you recognize him, is Mr. Steve Jobs. He is the founder of Apple Incorporated. He said in one of his speeches, technology is nothing. What's important is that you have a faith in people, that they're basically good and smart. And if you give them tools, they'll do wonderful things with them. The second picture is, of course, you know him, Bill Gates, okay, the owner of Microsoft Corporation. In one of his speeches, he said, technology is just a tool. In terms of getting the kids working together and motivating them, the teacher is the most important. Based on the quotes of these two, here you will see that Steve and Bill give more importance to people than technology, because technology is nothing unless this is embraced and accepted by people. Okay, now we go now on my introduction of my topic. Okay, so in my introduction, the rapid advancement of technology, especially in Industrial Revolution 4.0 or the IR 4.0, is evidently influencing every aspect of our lives, including leaderships and education setting across the world. That is Schwab and Davis in 2018. So here you will see in the reference on the book of Schwab and Davis in year 2018, because of the advancement of technology all over the world, it has influenced every aspect of our lives, especially in leadership and education, which is again the main topic of my presentation. So the next part of my introduction is advanced technologies in IR 4.0 like artificial intelligence and Internet of Things are changing the role of school leaderships, approaches to teaching and remodeling of classroom. In the book of Hinton in year 2018. So here, okay, on this introduction, from the book of Hinton in 2018, you will see that AI, or the artificial intelligence and internet, are very much alive now in all the school all over the world, especially now because of global pandemic. All schools landscape is all going full virtual. So, well, maybe, okay, some of you are curious and asking, what is Industrial Revolution 4.0 or IR4 or IR4? No? To give you an idea on, and just for to information of everyone, I would like to show you this diagram of Industrial Revolution. Yeah. Okay, there. As you can see, we have already 4 Industrial Revolution. The first revolution started in year 1765, which is called mechanization, or what we call machines, which led by the steam engine at that time. Then you have the second revolution. This started in year 1870. It is called mass production, which already driven by electricity and oil-based power. Then you have the third revolution, okay, which is started in 1969, which they call automated production. These are supported by electronics and information technologies, which is up to now we are still using. And lastly, the fourth revolution, which is actually on my introduction, which is actually today, in our time, we call this new technologies, which is the technologies that most people are using now. Internet of Things or IoT, artificial intelligence or AI, big data, cloud, cyber physical system, and many more. So now we are living in the Industrial Revolution 4.0. This will be a great topic. Maybe in the next EduTech Philippines, if again I will be invited, I would be able to tackle about IR 4.0. Now let's go back on my topic. So I think everybody's clear now with IR or Industrial Revolution 4.0. So we go now on technology leadership. What do you mean by technology leadership? Okay. Technology leadership, or a leadership skill that requires both knowledge and vision of technology, with the ability to envisage how technology might affect organizational dynamics. Now here, as you can see, to be great leader or technology leader, you should have skills, knowledge, and vision, and see a clear picture on how the organization might be affected in the technology integration. That is a very important thing as a leader, especially that if you are actually integrating education or integrating technology in education. Now, what is the meaning of technology integration? Okay, so we go now on technology integration. Now, technology integration is the use of technology tools in education in order to allow students to apply computer and technology skills to learning and problem solving. So here, it is pretty obvious that technology tools be used in education for the teaching and learning process. So remember, this is about technology, okay, being used, or a tool being used in education. Now, we go now on our main topic, which is called significance of technology leadership. Now, what is the significance of technology leadership in the integration of technology in education? Okay. Here, you will see technology leaders are required to take advantage of technology to transform impact learning, and create a shared vision for how technology can meet the needs of all learners. Okay. The next slide is technology leaders envisage, okay, and facilitate the use of technology in the digital world ubiquitous to students who are now digital natives. Okay, this means that technology leader must be aggressive enough to make it sure that all learners, no, take note of that, all learners would be able to use the technology tools properly so that learners would be able to maximize its full potential for their learning needs. Because if you would not be able to use the technology, then what's the purpose of integrating technology in education if you will not be able to use it? Okay? The next slide will be discussing about the issues. Now remember that there are a lot of issues if the technology leadership fails or technology leadership doesn't do his job as a great technology leader. So there are actually 3 issues. Okay? What are those issues? Number 1, inadequate professional development that was irrelevant to using technology within curriculum. That is from the book of Anthony and Patra Banich of 2014. Okay, so that is the reference. Okay, remember that this will not happen if only the technology leadership provided more technology professional development that is in line and relevant to the curriculum of the school. So take note of that. Number 2 issue is increasing amount of time wrongfully invested in computer activities that did not support the school curricula. Okay, that's again from the book of Anthony and Patranovich in year 2014. And that's what the meaning of this. The technology leadership should make it sure that his strategy regarding computer activities of students are based on the curricula of the school. Now remember that schools are based in curriculum or curricula. So if they are based on the curriculum of the subject or the school, then you have to make it sure that you integrate the technology based on the curriculum. The number 3 issues in the Anthony and Petrovich book in 2014 is a common feeling of discomfort among teachers in which their level of expertise and technology was below the students' level of experience and knowledge of its functionality. Meaning, the technology leadership should make it sure that all teachers are technology equipped by providing technology training and seminars to uplift, okay, remember, uplift the teacher's confidence in using technology tools in teaching and in learning process. Okay, so all of these are based on the survey, and if you will actually go with it, no, you will be able to answer all of them based on the experience that or knowledge in regarding technology of the technology leader. Okay, the next slide is about about a Machado and Chung in 2015. No? Without proper leadership in technology integration, teachers feel ill-prepared to use it effectively to enhance learning and improve students' academic performance. That is from the book of Machado and Chung in 2015. Stated, any tools in Fruitless without proper integration, that is in page 43. So again, it's fruitless, okay? The tool or the technology is fruitless without proper integration. So in short, you have to make it sure that you are properly integrating the technology in the school or in education. So this is the reason why it is very important, the role of technology leadership in technology integration. Okay, here is the 5, okay, in technology leadership, there is actually 5 I's to be an effective technology leader. This is integrity, inclusion, independence, involvement, influence. Okay, this five. Okay, dun muna tayo. Okay, let's go now on the integrity. To be well respected in an organization as a leader, one must possess integrity. This serves as an integral part of his character. A good leader should be authentic. He should be able to walk the walk and talk the talk and always have the best interest of the organization in mind. Number two, inclusion. A true leader should be inclusive of partners, peers, and stakeholders in all major initiatives. He should win the trust and support of partners, which by extension is critical to the success of any program. Number three, another one is independence. As a leader, one should empower his or her team and give the necessary independence to do their job effectively. So you provide independence, no? So that they could actually do or improve their skills on doing their job. Number four is involvement. As a leader, one must be involved enough to know the macro level details happening in and around the team. Being involved and having the data ready to share with upper management, always with building up credibility. And the last, which is the influence, this is a must-have trait for every leader. At the very least, a good leader should aspire to have the power of influence to earn respect from the team. So take note of those five I's, okay, to be an effective leader. Number one is integrity. Number two is inclusion. Number three is independence. Number four is involvement. And number five, influence. So if you would like to be a good or great technology leader, make sure you have these five I's in you. We go now on our next slide, which is about the technology leader framework. Now remember, this framework has an 8 characteristics wherein it is centered in the learner. So let's go now on the first one. Curriculum, instruction, and assessment. The leader should know how to support a rich digital learning environment, meaning it will be based on the curriculum, instruction, and assessment. So before he would be able to integrate anything he would like to integrate in the university. The second one is personalized professional learning. So the leader will be able to develop opportunities for personal growth, meaning the leader will be able to provide seminars or anything that will be able to improve the personal growth of anyone within the team. Number three is robust infrastructure. The team leader should know how to build for innovation, meaning he would be able to do a lot of things in innovation in order for him or them or him or her to do a lot of things with regards with infrastructure within the school or any kind of enterprise. Budget and resources. The team leader should know how to create sustainable digital learning, meaning he should know how to budget or find resources with regards with technology. Number five is community partnership. So of course, the technology leader should know how to expand learning beyond the school day, or that is where community outreach program is actually coming in, or anything that relates outside the university or outside the school. The next one is data and privacy. The technology leader should know or ensure that data safety, security, and privacy of the school would be protected. Now, remember, in the Philippines, we have the data privacy law wherein they are very strict on all the data of the teachers and the students for everyone in the organization. So making sure the technology leader knows how to protect the data and the privacies of these people. Next is, okay, the second to the last is use of space and time. The technology leader should know how to foster anywhere, anytime learning, meaning you could not only be a learner within the school, you could actually be a learner anytime, anywhere. So that is where online learning is actually coming from. Now, so because in online learning, you can learn anywhere, you can learn anytime. And the last one, or the eighth frame, or the eighth framework, is collaborative leadership. Now, collaborative leadership is about envision the future. So that the leader should know how to envision the future of education, especially the school that is working. So that is the eighth framework of technology leader. Now, always remember that all of these eight framework is centered to the learner. So as you can see on the center, the learner are the center of all these eight frameworks. Okay? So we go now on the next slide. Technology integration. So we already finished with technology leadership. We go now on technology integration. Now, the 5 steps of effective technology integration in education are the following. Number 1, identify relative advantage. Number 2, determine objectives and assessments. Number 3, designs instructional strategies. Number 4, prepare the instructional environment. And number 5, analyze results and make revisions. Okay, so let's go now on the meaning of this 5. Okay, so technology integration. Number 1 is identify relative advantage. It means that find an interesting new device or instructional software and this fishing around for a problem to solve. Perform a need-based assessment of the classroom and search for the most appropriate tools or process to meet the need. Number 2 is determine objectives and assessments. The purpose of this design is providing you with a means of evaluating efficacy of your technology integration plan. Number 3 is design instructional strategies. As you move closer to the integrating technology into the classroom, take into consideration students' readiness levels along with their physical and affective needs. Number 4, prepare the instructional environment. So it means that equally important to designing mindful instructional strategies is ensuring that the learning environment is ready for new technology to be introduced. And lastly, number 5, analyze results, makes revisions. Though this is the one step occurring after a given technology is introduced, is nonetheless essential to the overall integration plan. So meaning all of these 5 is a shift toward technology in education, is on the rise, is in what excites many educators in the professions. It's the students' engagement in learning, academic achievement, and overall growth are rising too. In order to continue these promising trends, time and attention must be given to planning for effective integration of technology and learning process. Now we go now on my conclusion. Actually, this is my conclusion with regards with my research. Okay. Technology leadership is being redesigned to accelerate technology integration in schools to develop and sustain the skills needed to produce skilled manpower. Previous studies showed that the factors that prevented technology leaders from integrating information and communication technologies in schools are lack of ICT training, teachers' ICT competency, and access to ICT resources. This showed that there is a gap in technology in integration in school. So these three, the ICT, communication technologies, the lack of training, the teacher's competency, and access to ICT are some of the reasons why there is failure in technology integration in education. But if your technology leader or leadership has all of these skills to promote, to do all of these things, they would be able, or he or she would be able to do a lot of things for these teachers. And lastly, school management with the help of technology leaders should give priority to digital age learning culture and digital citizenship constructs to accelerate teachers' technology integration in schools. So the school management or the owners of the school or the one who is actually the top management should be able to work hand in hand with the technology leaders if they want this integration of technology in their school to be successful. Okay, so that's all for my presentation. Now, before I end my presentation, I would like you to check out I have a personal online professional website or online professional portfolio website. If you have time, you would be able to visit it. And there are a lot of stuff there like the blogs, the forums that you may be interested and you would be able to read or view the videos that you would like to watch within the website. So, or if ever you have any questions after the webinar, feel free to message me in that website. And for that, this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for listening. And I hope if you have any questions after this presentation, just feel free to message me on the chat box, or you can email me, or depends on where you would like to ask the question. Okay, thank you very much, and God bless us all.
What a great sharing by Bentley. Thank you so much for putting together such an amazing presentation. And this takeaways goes out to the educators here who are interested to learn about technology leadership as well as how they can integrate technology in their daily classroom teachings. I'll also see you in the next session real soon.